after a certain incident to get one of the side objectives done anyway, so glad to see my prediction there was right. Here's what I'm gonna say here. What the IED in the nighttime, it was a white speck on a black road. Like a big white speck. Like, why am I even calling it a speck? It was a big white dot. If you're the driver, you should not be focusing on the right or the left. You have a gunner to do that. You need to be focusing on the frickin' road. If you magically have third person, which I know this isn't the right thing to say to you guys, especially the tier 1s that are getting to tier 2 because we don't allow third person in those ops, but cheats. Fucking use third person vision to give everyone an extra pair of eyes because we all know we do it. I'm baffled that I was screaming at my monitor and you guys still ran that IED over. Just absolutely baffled. Number 2.
Why was there an ID there?
Because it was an open area away from any structures and it was close to your objective, and I focused less on large amounts of units and more on a large amount of units over a large area to make it seem like there were less units. And the IEDs were to serve as an early warning system that, since this is a tier 1 tactical op and still technically training to show you what tier 2 ops are going to be like, I thought it was necessary.
Copy that.
What was the meta on attacking objectives like that? Like what objective, Northern?
I was thinking like driving all the way in. I don't know exactly how close we were, but why didn't...
Within 100 meters, I could see the objective.
Yeah. What is... It just seems... It's baffling me. Like, it doesn't seem like such a very good idea to drive almost full speed all the way in there. As such things as what happened can happen either with an IED, mine, or just an RPG through the windshield.
We were not actually that close when the IED went off. We were still about 400 meters out, and there was no sight on the target or any hostiles. Remember, we did have drones up. We knew
it doesn't matter like how you guys pushed in. It's just that IED, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Otherwise, another thing I want to talk about: when you're peeking corners and you're taking out bad guys, you should not have... First off, people should not be running in front of your firing line. Second off, people should not be running behind you and then spraying with an auto rifle because they can potentially kill you. I saw that happen today. I even called it out over command chat. Don't do that. Like, you don't need like 5 people to go in through like one doorway. That's stupid. That's how you make mistakes. That's how stupid things happen, etc., etc. Number 3, and this gets slightly into the metagame. If I've told you guys, how to quickly demo something, if you have something like a vehicle, you need to take out a structure, you need to take out a more armored vehicle, and you have an easier vehicle to destroy. You can push up a vehicle, the one that's easier to destroy next to your objective, and blow that vehicle, and the cook-off will blow anything up, no matter how big or small. If you have an M113 wedged into the doorway of a building, what do you think is going to happen if you demolish said 113?
Everything explodes around it.
They didn't really do that, did they? I can't believe... Did they blow up a tank next to the building that we're in?
No.
Don't worry about it.
We shot that.
The reason the building blew up was because the M113 cooked off, exploded, and there was a massive lag spike because the server processed that, okay, this received damage, this blew up, alright, there's this right next to it. And now we got to kill off all the players and bloodlust them too, because they're all in that building. It was a mess.
Oh, rip.
Question: is the M113 with an open turret on top of it?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Why the fuck do we need to blow it up?
Because you have to look at it from the top. You cannot. It's hard to kill a gunner.
Just a question: what's the gunner?
Well, you have roof access on the M113, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, what's the gunner of the M113 down?
No, he was not, but he was hiding behind the entrance because I kept him there so I could drop the team in And then I gave him a search building thing. That's another thing, guys. 360. 360 is important because that was one of the few times I've ever used the search building command. And this one auto rifleman literally waltzed in from the side entrance into the foyer and just mowed down 2 guys. And I think it was Jar that then finally poked his head out as the guy was pulling back and managed to shoot him in the ass. 360, guys. All entrances. If you can't find you hold all entrances, then go to the 2nd floor so one of you can watch the stairs.
User joined your
Because otherwise,
channel.
you're going to get fucked. Just like that. Other things to say, if your commander yells at you to put the guys in the damn Vic, that does not mean keep the guys on the ground and keep medicing them. That means put them in the fucking Vic and move on.
Can I say something about it quickly?
I would like to point out, hold on, that Vakarov came to me with that idea first, because I thought that they were just consolidating their forces and putting them back in the fucking truck.
Mm-hmm.
And Vakarov came to me and was like, can you tell my squad to fucking put the casualties in the truck?
They didn't listen
Shout
to
out to
me.
Makarov for that idea, then.
To be fair, it wasn't actually my squad ambiguous because my squad was wiped. It was.
It doesn't matter. I said to do it, and the medic
was-
said no.
Yeah. It was Doc was the only guy there. It was just Doc, and I think Nas was providing 360. Yeah, that explosion wiped out the entire. Literally wiped out 80% of the squad.
We wiped up the full extent of the first squad as well. We hit the ID and dead.
I have a question.
I have one more. I need to say one more thing about metagame. That pertains to basic, not basic, just base medical. Then we'll open up to open forum. How to tell if a body is still alive when it's downed? The head will still move around. You gotta look at the head. Today
ragdoll.
I saw the first of yeah, it'll be in a custom stiff animation where the head might be a little bit into the ground, but the arms will be over the head and the weapon will be in those arms. If the weapon is outside of those arms, it's a dead body. If the head is not twitching, it's a dead body. If the hands are not above the head and at some other angle, it's a dead body. Mainly you want to look for the head twitch. That's how I usually PID when I have it set to 50-50 or someone has it set to 50-50 for AI unconscious and I need to double tap bodies to be sure they're dead. I saw Ambiguous. Ambiguous got up his 2 guys in command, and then he ran up the road like a few feet, and then found he couldn't move anymore. And he looked down, and there was anti-static. $20 you guys were gonna leave her behind because you didn't know.
We were actually looking for her.
Well, you found her.
Yeah,
and then...
that's the reason a whole bunch of people went down. Me and I think it was Trog. We realized Auntie went down with that MRAP and we went back for her. And then Trog and I got wiped.
Right, I know. That's why you went back. I understand that. But 3 years of Zeusing, on and off. This is a first. One of you was trying to resuscitate a dead body.
Yeah, that was my body. People were trying to medical my body. I was
Yeah, they're trying to medical Ruben.
That's glorious.
Meanwhile, General Franz and I were on the other side of the vehicle, I'm guessing, and then someone's like, "Oh, hey, there's people over here," and we died shortly after.
Insight, Liru, on how the command and squad leading and the pace of the advance was going.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, like insight from was the squad advancing fast enough, or how do you feel that was?
I would say the only 2 times. Here's how I would have done it in the circumstances that happened. I would have like as soon as the first IED went off on a vehicle, I would have immediately merged Command Squad and Bravo Squad and just moved as one entire group. Because I was being very lenient. My whole idea with reinforcements is I'd keep constantly just moving stuff towards you. But because of a few instances where you guys practically fucked yourselves, I literally held off on a lot of the stuff I was going to send. So, yeah, I would say otherwise, if with that first IED going off, I would have just merged the squad, everything together, formed one big squad, continued on. I felt that you lingered at the the intel base a little too long, but then again, I'm not going to judge you for how long it takes for you to make a plan, nor will I send large amounts of reinforcements your way unless you're doing amazing. So don't take anything I just said for that to granted there. And otherwise, medics should not go, like, preferably, unless it's an emergency, your guys should not be going AFK to make everyone hold. And if something's cooking off, you should go around it, because I did have a timer for that warlord to escape. And Deadwalker, good job finding my little hiding spot, you son of a bitch.
Can I say something?
Sure, go, Makarov.
If you hear somebody running down the stairs of a building and screaming, "Get the fuck out!" don't sit there, stare at him, and say, "Why do you want us to get out?" Because that what got killed almost everybody in the building. I was screeching for everybody to get out of the building next to the cooking off M113, and people were questioning me why should they do it. Then everybody got bloodlusted, and I was a survivor.
Questioning your orders gets you killed. Questioning shit gets you killed, guys. So just do what you're told.
For instance, I was in a tier 0 up 2 weeks ago, and we were getting mortared. Liru was so nice to say to us, "You might want to get away from the mortars." I screamed to everyone, "Get out!" And they all got out. And those were 4 tier 0s in my squad, and they got out.
They did.
Oh yeah, that was the mortar person.
You see the difference is that T0 is actually following instructions.
Exactly.
Actually, Rube, I remember that. You were in charge of one squad, I was in charge of the other. We were both sitting in there.
That was
and we
fun
both
as
told
well.
our guys to get out, and not one person in our squads died.
Or
the mortars.
was injured. No one was even injured. But Liru, I want to give you some compliment, maybe for the next one life only things for tier 1. It's nice when you put like randomly infantry against us when we're in base, because otherwise we really get bored.
I looked back and I saw like 4 of you were doing a patrol. One of you was at the guard station.
You scared me.
And
I shit myself when I saw all of them.
And I just thought, I'll send some stuff your way to keep you guys entertained. Because to some of you guys, like especially if it was a tier 2 snare, I even said this over stream. It's pretty unfair that your driver or your gunner kind of failed you there with an obvious place IED and got 6 of you killed. Like I feel for that, and it sucks, but
it happens.
I gotta, it happens, and I'll try to get back to you guys where I can, but otherwise, shit happens. Tomorrow is tier 2 up, 12 to 4, and then Monday's Iron Front. Tuesday is, I think I have it open. I might be around to do a tier 2 spec up. Again, my schedule with work
Tuesday
opened up
is
a lot.
up.
Yeah, I know, but he only has 8 people. He's making it like an invite only thing, so I might just make it.
Everyone can join.
That was last week. This
That
week
was
is
last
open
week?
to everyone. Yeah, this week
Okay.
is.
Yeah, he was prioritizing the people who.
I'll play with you, or Liru.
All right,
Yep.
well, we'll see. No, don't. I'm not gonna steal from Barty's time because I'm not that big of an asshole yet. But maybe after I'll do something.
Okay, I have a question.
Have a nice day.
All right, go. Open forums.
I got bloodlusted, but then I woke up as a different person and played on.
It's a glitch. It happens a lot.
It's a glitch. Don't worry. The same thing. I broke the whole server. It happened before with me as earlier before I have died.
User left your channel.
But because I think it might be because your death is just so catastrophic that this game doesn't even recognize you die.